Hello, everyone. Today we're exploring some gallery exhibits on the Upper East Side. I believe this will also be my last video for the summer. I always take a little break before things amp back up again in the fall, so please let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see in the fall. It could be a city, it could be a place, a museum, an exhibit, anything. Please let me know. The first step of the day is going to be to Scarsdead Gallery, and Scarsdead has had quite a few Andy Warhol exhibits over the years, but it's kind of nice. These works are available for the public to view for free. A lot of people were there when we were there to see the show, and this is a show that was on view at Scarsdead's London location with an addition of a few more works. So the show in all features 10 paintings created between 1976 and 1986, and it features works from a lot of his famous series such as The American Indian, Hammer and Sickle, Oxidation, Diamond Dust Shoes, Knives, Eggs, Zeitgeist, Dollar Sign, Myths, and the Reversal series. Another interesting thing about the show is that it signifies Warhol's return to painting. So, if you didn't know, Warhol decided that he no longer wanted to paint and instead wanted to focus on movies around 1965. And it wasn't until the 1970s that he decided to start painting again. So, these were some of the last paintings that Warhol created before he died in 1987. We're now going to head a few blocks south to Michael Werner Gallery. And I always really like visiting Michael Werner Gallery because it's got this really old school New York entrance with this red carpet and this spiral staircase. This is an exhibit of works by Florian Crew, and Crew is a German-born, Bronx-based artist who has works in major collections all over the world. Pinot is a big fan of his. And I will say Florian's works can be a bit polarizing. He's definitely known for his explicit subject matter, which may not always agree with YouTube, so I will have to do some blurring. So if you see that, that's what's going on there. But all the images are on the gallery website, which I've linked below if you want to check them out there. The show is titled Light the Ocean, and the works in the show are inspired by New York City and all its, quote, vastness, liberation, and uncertainty it has to offer. So the works are inspired by both real and imagined experiences, some very honest, raw, and explicit. And he does this in order to reveal our vulnerabilities as a society. Crew is known for usually using a dark color palette, so it's kind of fun to see these really bright neon colors used all over the work instead of just on the figures like we saw in the first piece. Our next stop is going to be David Swerner Gallery, which also has a very nice grand entrance and this beautiful spiraling staircase as well. And this is an exhibit of works by Sherry Levine. I will say calling this an exhibit is a little generous. There are only 4 works of art here. And this is also kind of why I do take a break in the summer because galleries really start to wind down. So I take advantage of that and I do as well. If you're not familiar with Sherry Levine, she's known for being part of the Pictures generation alongside Barbara Kruger, Richard Prince, Cindy Sherman, and more. The Pictures generation as a whole was a group of artists based in New York in the late 1970s and 1980s who played significant roles in reshaping the ways in which images and visual culture were understood and interpreted in contemporary art. These wooden sculptures in the exhibit were not actually created by Levine, but they have been sourced from online auctions. And this is meant to question the notions of originality, authenticity, and the commodification of art, as well as the differentiation between high and low. So, similar to what Duchamp did with the ready-made, the works we see in the show are art because Levine has chosen them and designated them to be so. We're now going to head right next door to Hauser and Worth Gallery. This is a really unique exhibit. Hauser has really gone back and found an underappreciated artist and highlighted her whole career. Kathy Josefowitz was born in New York but raised in Switzerland, and she died in 2014. And the show starts with the works that she created in the early 1970s when she was in Paris studying art. She was really inspired by Fauvism and Expressionism, and she wanted to capture intimacy in her works as well as the memories from her youth. The second floor gallery spaces feature works where she really explores the physical possibilities of the body in both drawings and paintings, as well as actual choreography, because she was studying dance at the time. And I think the works really convey this movement, especially this triptych that shows a progression of a person falling off of a chair. This room features some of the final works that Josefovitz created before she died, and they're inspired by the Indian mystic Osho, whose teachings promoted the celebration of life. Here, the figure has disappeared more and more, and she's really giving in to abstraction in order to break free from boundaries and constraints. The final gallery we're going to be seeing today is Anton Kern Gallery. And this is the kind of exhibit that makes you immediately curious when you enter it. Martino Gamper is an Italian designer, and as we know, Anton Kern is a fine art gallery, so it's really straddling the world of art and design. And what makes this exhibit lean more towards design than art is that these pieces are solving a problem. They're performing a function, so they're either vases like this or hooks like you see on the wall that can be used to hang things. The show is titled I Am Many Moods, and it consists of over 700 hooks and vases and other objects like tables. There's a really overwhelming amount of materials present. There's wood, metal, glass, steel, plastic, crystals, ceramics, bronze, aluminum, brass, stainless glass, cork, marble, stones, and branches. So Gamper is known for exhibits like this. His most famous is his project 100 Chairs in 100 Days, where, you guessed it, he made a new chair a day for 100 days by collaging together bits of chairs that he found discarded on the street or in friends' homes. The final show that we're going to see today is a really knockout summer group show, in my opinion. It's on the third floor of the gallery, and the show is titled Tondo, which is the Italian word for round, and it's been used throughout art history to reference a circular painting or sculpture. They really began out of necessity, sort of matching their environment. For example, in ancient Greece, artworks decorated vases and cups. And this continued throughout the Renaissance on architectural domes and arches. And this show brings together circular works from 24 artists, and I'll be sure to leave the names of each down below whenever I can. And that's all. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the fall to kick off Armory Week in New York City, as well as the sort of regular exhibition schedule. And I hope everyone has a really happy and safe summer, and I'll see you all then.